while undergoing medical treatment. The Zambian government immediately announced that a state funeral with full military honors would be accorded to the former president, and it designated Embassy Park in Lusaka, the official burial site for Zambian presidents, as a place of interment. In the days following his passing, representatives of the Zambian government held discussions with the Lungu family, the first 7 respondents being the former President's widow and children, regarding the repatriation of his remains to Zambia. During the discussions, an agreement was reached and documented in an agreement that the late President's body would be transported from South Africa to Zambia on the 18th of June 2025. To lie in state and for the state funeral to be held before the burial at Embassy Park. However, on 18 June 2025, the very day repatriation was to occur, the family refused to proceed and decided that the late president would instead be buried in South Africa in a private family ceremony. In response, the government of Zambia urgently approached the High Court in Pretoria to secure an order compelling the preservation and release of the late president's body for repatriation to Zambia. The court was called upon to decide 2 main issues. First, whether a binding agreement has been concluded between the government and the Lungu family concerning the repatriation and burial arrangements, and second, whether the new law of Zambia or the South African applied to determine who had the right to decide the late president's place of burial. On the first issue, the court found that the parties had indeed entered into a valid agreement that the late president's remains will be repatriated to Zambia for the purpose of the state funeral and burial there. The written program for repatriation, funeral, and burial, Annexure F-887, was held to reflect a meeting of minds between the government and the family, and the principle of pacta sunt servanda, meaning that agreements must be kept applied. The family contentions that no genuine agreement existed, or that any agreement was voidable due to misrepresentations were rejected, and the family's counter-application to declare the agreement invalid was found to be unmeritorious. On the second issue regarding the applicable law, the court undertook a conflict of law analysis. Although the dispute arose in South Africa, in the country where the death occurred and where the remains were located, the court determined that the legal system with the closest and most real contention to the matter was that of Zambia. The late president was a Zambian national domiciled in Zambia, and the question of a state funeral for a former head of state was intimately linked to Zambian public law and policy. The court held that under Zambian law, and as a matter of public policy, a former president's personal wishes or the wishes of his family cannot outweigh the right of the state to honor that individual with a state funeral and burial at the official site designated for national leaders. It noted that the Zambian courts had previously emphasized that a state funeral is a matter of public interest and protocol for a person of national significance, such that even if a late president had expressed a desire not to be given state funeral, such a wish must be overridden by public interest. In line with this principle, the court in this case concluded that the government of Zambia is entitled to insist on a state funeral for the late president of Zambia. I'm going to read the order in the judgment and hand down the judgment. As a result of the background and the summary that I've given, the order of the court reads as follows. 1. The intervention application is dismissed and no order is to cost. 2. The applications to strike out are dismissed and no order is to cost. 3. The application for condonation and the counter application are dismissed, no order is to cost. 4. It is ordered that the applicant is entitled to repatriate the body of the late President Lungu, the late President Lungu, for a state funeral and burial thereafter in Embassy Park, Lusaka, Republic of Zambia. 5. The 8th respondent is authorized and ordered upon service of the court order by the sheriff of this honorable court to immediately surrender the body of the late President Lungu to a representative or representatives of the Zambian High Court to enable the applicant to repatriate the body to Zambia for the purpose stated in paragraph 4 above. 6. The 1st to 7th respondents are authorized to be present when paragraphs 4 and 5 of this order are executed. And Aide-de-camp, the late President's physician, and 2 family members may accompany the coffin containing the body of the late President Lungu during the repatriation. 7. There is no order as to costs, which include reserved costs. I hand down the judgment. Court agenda.
Sorry.
Yeah, for a station.
Thank you for watching that live outside broadcast. Please enjoy the rest.
Well, you've just been watching that live ruling, the Pretoria High Court, where the court has ruled that the body be repatriated. In other words, among the sentiments the judge gave was the wish of the former president not to have a state funeral cannot override a public interest. The summation is that the body will be repatriated back to Zambia. We're waiting for a reaction very shortly. Staff Masaoso Mkwayaya is there, and I just might have seen the Attorney General just getting ready to be spoken to as a matter of reaction from government over this ruling, which settles the matter of the dispute involving the 6th Republican President, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungo. So very shortly, we'll be giving you that reaction from our reporter who is at court, who's been part of the ruling. Once again, public interest taking precedence over other wishes that the family might have had.
Operation The Giant Broadcaster.
Handed down the judgment and the order in favor of what the government of the Republic of Zambia had requested the court to do. As I indicated earlier in my statement to the media and the international community and our national community, it's not winning. You don't win over a barrier. It's just what makes good sense that the president or former president of the Republic of Zambia should be buried in his own country, a country where he was president. He was not. I mean, if you go to Zambia, they call him father of the nation. When you are a father of the nation, you can't restrict yourself to your immediate family, to your small. So the man belongs to the nation, and so it's going to be buried in Zambia. And we appreciate the judgment that has been given by the court. It's a sound judgment. If your family is not happy, they may appeal, but my appeal is that this is a man who was president of Zambia. And I think it's a learning curve that those who intend to become presidents of countries, they must know that they are not restricted to their family, immediate families, but they are spread over the nation. And so we want to thank the court for having given the judgment. This is how far the government can go. It's to do its responsibility. The responsibility which is given to the government. And we have done what the public wanted us to do. For my office as Attorney General, my job ends here. Unless there's an appeal, the Secretary to the Cabinet will take over the process. I thank you, the media, even the way you have been reporting the proceedings.
Mr. General, you can always see the family very emotional.
Yeah.
You know, word of
we continue to mourn with it. It's normal that people can be emotional when this happens, but I think it calls for people to cool down. When they are mourning, they will continue mourning like that until when we bury. And that's why it's important that we bury so that we bring
settling the matter in the dispute, the burial dispute that has been on regarding whether the former president will be buried, and the Attorney General once again emphasizing that this was in public interest and that the government had to do everything it could to ensure that the president, the former president, was brought back to Zambia. Just reacting there to the press as it were. He is still being interviewed by members of the press. Well, we thought we could go back there, but we'll probably go there. And it's all about reactions from government as the Attorney General answers more questions in this particular matter. Once again, judgment has been made and the body is said to be repatriated, at least according to the judgment that has been sent out, bringing to arrest that particular dispute.
ZNBC's extensive coverage ensures that even the most remote communities...
One country, a country where he was president. He was not... I mean, if you go to Zambia, they call him father of the nation. When you are a father of the nation, you can't restrict yourself to your immediate family, to your small... So, the man belongs to the nation, and so it's going to be buried in Zambia. And we appreciate the judgment that has been given by the court. It's a sound judgment. If the family is not happy, they may appeal, but may appeal is that this is a man who was president of Zambia. And I think it's a learning curve that those who intend to become presidents of countries, they must know that they are not restricted to their family, immediate families, but they are spread over to the nation. And so we want to thank the court for having given the judgment. This is how far the government can go. It's to do its responsibility, the responsibility which is given to the government. And we have done what the public wanted us to do. For my office as Attorney General, my job ends here. Unless there's an appeal, the Secretary to the Cabinet will take over the process. I thank you, the media, even the way you have been reporting the proceedings.
Mr. Attorney General, you can obviously see the family very emotional.
Yeah.
You know, is there any word of
we continue to mourn with it. It's normal that people can be emotional when this happens, but I think it calls for people to cool down. When they are mourning, they will continue mourning like that until when we bury. And that's why it's important that we bury so that we bring the issue closure. Thank you so much.
Are there logistical arrangements to ensure that he's not near those remains? Or are you going to continue as you planned with the burial and the president participating quite fully in it?
Yeah, as I've indicated, my job in this assignment ends here. The Secretary to the Cabinet will take over and the family will continue to be consulted. We will not proceed without consulting the family.
Yes. And
so that's what will happen.
How soon can we expect for this state funeral to be taking place?
again, it's for the Secretary to the Cabinet. I'm told he has been listening and following what has been going on, the proceedings, even the judgment, and then he will take over and do the needful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There you have it, unanimously
saying that now they will wait
Thank you for that. Right, so we have been giving you a live update here in Victoria High Court. It has been ordered that former President What happened? Okay, just hold it. Let me tell you. Tamara.
guidance in that right now a live
where he wanted to be repatriated against the family's wishes. The Lungu family did submit that they do not want Mr. Lungu to be, repatriated, his body to be repatriated for burial. They cited quite a number of, things, among them how, the current government poorly treated him. Will you be able to give me more details on Okay, standing by. Count to three. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Thank you very much. The court has just handed down the judgment, and the judgment has been that what the reliefs we were seeking to repatriate the body or the remains of the 60th President of the Republic of Zambia, Edgar Chagwa Lungu, the court has ordered that our reliefs be granted, and they have been granted, and so the remains will be repatriated to Zambia for burial, and the court has been specific, that is Embassy Park, where we bury all the presidents, past presidents who die and the serving presidents. Where we are now, my duty has ended. The other processes will be taken over by the Secretary to the Cabinet, who will make those arrangements to repatriate the body to Zambia. And there have been no costs awarded to any, not even to the government of the Republic of Zambia. Costs have not been ordered to be paid, so each party will bear their own costs. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So maintain. Make sure you maintain. We appreciate your death. We appreciate what you've done for us as a nation. Definitely we will be calling you when we have done everything. A chat. Not to celebrate.
Kenny, I'm just gonna take one of the lines, like
Okay, what you do, you send it.
is to leave the aircraft lost.
Yes. Yeah. Have them printed. So who are you contacting?
Copy of number. Copy of number.
So where are we? Okay, fine. So you can go there.
Kenny, how many sound bites are we using in our package? 3. Oh yes, okay. That's how nice.
Sorry.
Sorry.